Welcome back subscribers and hello YouTube viewers. On this occasion we're off to Terang. Now Terang is a town in the Western District of Victoria, Australia. The town is in the Shire of Corangamite and on the Princess Highway, just 212 kilometres or 132 miles southwest of the state capital Melbourne. The semi-nomadic Kirrae Wurrung clans originally inhabited the area between Mount Emu Creek and the Hopkins River, and much of their language was recorded by a Scottish squatter, James Dawson. The first dwelling in the township area was built in 1840 by Donald McNicol, and it consisted of a slab hut on the east bank of Lake Terang. The township was developed in the late 1850s and the post office opening on the 1st of March 1859. The Bible Christian Church had been built in 1865 and in 1868 the Presbyterian Church was built, reflecting the district's Scottish origins. In 1887 the railway was extended from Camperdown to Terang, and within a few years some of the large pastoral estates were partly subdivided for farms, mainly dairy. A progress association was formed in 1889 and a butter and cheese factory were opened at Glenormiston in 1895. It later transferred to a larger factory at Noorat. Between 1880 and 1900, Terang's population more than doubled to about 1,300 people. The railway through the town was opened in 1887. From 1890, it was extended as part of the Victoria's southwestern line. The Mortlake line, once branched from the town, opened in 1893 and closed in 1978. The local railway station is served by V-Line passenger services on the Warrnambool line. The Terang Magistrates Court, which was closed on the 1st of January 1983, the post office, which was built in 1904, the Presbyterian Church and railway station in 1889, and the Merida Yallock homestead, which was built in 1854, are all listed on the Heritage Register. Now that's about it with the brief history of Terang. All the references and any credits will be in the description below, as per usual with all my videos. And once again, I do apologise because once I arrived there, we soon discovered that the wind and the wind noise was pretty bad. We do get the drone up for a short time, but even the drone struggled to fly around, but we did manage to get some good views. So please enjoy the remaining historical images. We have made it to the township of Terang. Now, you would have seen as I was riding the bike through the bridge where the train goes over, and I think there would have been an earlier photo of an old steam train going over a trestle bridge, a wood one, and I'm just wanting to highlight how it's been changed with that concrete one. So we'll have a look around. The draw card that got me here was this post office and slash sort of courthouse. I just thought it was quite interesting how a town had such a what appears to be a very expensive
bit of government infrastructure in way of the post office and obviously the courthouse. We'll have a look around. Right behind me is also the monument to the First and Second World War soldiers that served, and there's also a few plaques on it for the Vietnam War and the Korean War. The town itself, I've just driven in, it is picture postcard sort of stuff. It is absolutely beautiful. You can see all the old history. There's still some old signage on some of the buildings that indicate whether or not it was a bank or some other sort of business type. But it is terrific. It's a nice day. A lot of guys are on motorbikes, I'm noticing, coming up from Melbourne. And it did take just over 2 hours to get here. I don't travel on the major roads, I always take the side roads. Otherwise you don't see too much if you're on the freeways and whatnot. So I'll swing the camera around and I'll show you what I'm looking at. It really is a nice little town. And there is a railway station, so you don't necessarily need a car to come out this way. So the first thing I'll show you is this war memorial. There's a bit of information here. If you want to press pause, by all means, just press pause and you can read at your own leisure. This could be quite a long video. There's a lot to see, but as I pan up, she does stand very proud, the war memorial. To the left is this post office. Now, this is not a huge town. It is a farming town, but this post office reminds me of someone taking advantage of a situation. It sort of reminds me of the railway station at Maryborough, where you've got such a huge, elaborate sort of railway station, better than sort of suburban train stations or bigger towns. This is what that reminds me of. The station is fantastic. I mean, the post office here is fantastic. It's got a clock, definitely has some sort of tower, and as I've mentioned, it does have a courthouse that no longer is in play. And directly opposite, we have a hotel. And are they calling themselves a boutique hotel? I don't know. I'll get a bit closer for you to get the signage in. And as you can see, this is pretty much the central hub of the town. So I'll just spin the camera around. And this is where the road divides, as in you've got two carriageways going one way and two going the other. Now I can see that there is a Holden dealership in the distance. There is another pub here called the Terang Hotel. And I'll just zoom back out again. And we will wander around and have a look at some of the old buildings. So there you have the police station. And then you have the courthouse coming up. And then you have that post office. Now it is a different angle that we're looking at, and there's the memorial for the soldiers. The plaque does say the memorials for all Australians that served, not just exclusively for this town. So here we are at the Commercial Hotel. It did have a sign on the front saying it's the Boutique Hotel, but it's actually got a name as the Commercial Hotel. It does have an Indigenous flair about it, which is great. It's open Tuesday to Sundays. They have bands, and I do like that signage. Caulfield Racecourse. So there you go. So as you can see, it is a windy day. You can see the Australian flag flying quite well in the breeze. It could cause a little bit of problems for the drone, but we'll see how we go. So as you can see, there's a Terang District Co-op. Here's the Terang Hotel. Johnstone Court. got to go into Johnstone Court. Just check out this. This has a flavour of sort of the Block Arcade in Melbourne. Don't know. Wow, this is very nice. Oh. So there you go. So it's the State Electricity Commission of Victoria was back here for some reason. It is very much like a little mini arcade. I do like the LED light, and I definitely like the tiles. Very nice. You might have a go at playing the piano. I'm sure they'd be very happy to hear someone play it. So it does appear that there is a strong Scottish background to this town, and the Terang and District Highland Pipe Band regularly perform traditional Scottish music for the enjoyment of this community from 1927 to 2017. That's pretty good. I'm assuming they must have played up here in the park. We'll have a look. Oh yeah, that's not bad. You can have your get your lunch and sit at the picnic table and take in the views. You're sort of opposite the bakery and that store, the IGA. So coming from Johnstone Court, we come to Kelly's building, which was built in 1916, as you can see. Fish and chip shop, which is great. And then we've got another hotel that looks relatively modern. Now, I do apologise for the wind noise. This white building I'm looking at now appears to be some sort of bank, but I'm not 100% sure. And this pub here, or this hotel, is called the Wheat Sheaf Hotel. Looks like someone's invested in a lot of money. It looks really good. There is something that caught my eye behind this hotel, and we'll go and have a look. And this is what caught my eye, but I only got to see a bit of it, so this could be quite interesting. So this is the RSL club. Oh wow, very good. They've got a tram as part of their RSL club. That's pretty unique, I tell you what. That is very unique, and it's number 871 for all you tram lovers, if that rings a bell. She's a beauty. She's like really kept really well. That's terrific. Bit of information about it. Do apologise for the sun glare. There's just a plaque highlighting all the people that supported having it renovated and restored. She really is terrific. Go have a look. Maybe we can get a bit of a look inside to see how original it is. It's locked up, so it's obviously closed, but that's terrific. I don't know if that's coming through at all. I hope it is. Give you an idea what the tram actually looked like back in the day. There is a mannequin there, so don't assume that it is actually a person. And I'll just come over on this side as well. and I'll try to shade the look, I do also like the advertising. I don't know if that's coming through at all. Now this is like the park for the RSL. I'm assuming you can come here and have your lunch or whatever, but I do like the murals. Very good. Look at that one. That is a terrific mural. And once again we have the tram. Now if you are curious to know what it looks like to be a tram driver of one of these, I'll just give you a bit of a look inside. I'm just using my hand to block the sun if I can. Okay, so there you have the butcher's, which is now a convenience store, built in 1888. Got the funeral directors over there. Then way over here you have the public toilets, which are quite modern, and down the end there, you can't see it in what I'm showing you now, but right down the end there is a huge church, and we will go and have a look at that as well. Okay, so this is the information centre, and their slogan is Terang, small town, big heart. Fair enough. I do like the murals, and it looks like the murals were done by Jess Flower in 2023. So the information centre is open. Plenty of brochures, a lot of information about the place or the town, things that you can do, things that you can look for, a bit of art, number of maps you can collect. Very good. So I do like these sort of maps. I actually do appreciate, because it actually gives you a better idea of what you're looking at. So if you're coming into a town just for the day and you haven't done too much research, it gives you a good insight of what to look for. So basically, we're here at Terang, and look, I didn't actually follow this way to get to or from Melbourne. I actually came, I went somewhere through the middle here. It doesn't show all the roads, but I went straight through there. I actually went through these lakes, which was quite interesting to see. I've never been in this area at all, and it was definitely worthwhile. We've got someone broken down. Now I'm going to guess and say that's a Studebaker. She looks terrific. Maybe a little bit overheated. I'm not sure. Well, what a beauty that is. What is it? A hawk of some sort. What a beauty. Huh. Very good. Some more buildings. More people on their motorbikes cruising around. I do like the verandas on that thing. Very nice. Not sure if you can actually see that, but if I try to zoom in a little bit, just up the top there, you should be able to see the ANZ sign that was once there. So there is an ATM machine here, which is good. Not many towns have ATM machines, as in bank ones. Okay, I'm just outside the front of the railway station, and directly behind me is the Bowman's Hotel. Now I'm not sure if it's operational or not. And probably in the distance you can see the top of the church that we're going to go have a look at as well. I didn't realise this town is actually very big. It's actually a lot bigger than you think it is. I'm basically at the railway station, but I've also discovered this is also the hub for the buses. So if the trains aren't going, the buses do, and the buses go regardless. So I guess you can come out here more than one way. That could be by bus or by train. So as you can see in the middle of your screen is that church we're going to go to. It's very spectacular. It really does stand out in the distance. But like most churches, they do try to build them at the highest point of any town. It seems to be quite the norm. And if there's more than one church, they jockey for that position. There's the hotel directly outside the railway station, which I would have thought back in the day was probably the first pub people went to, as there was not that many opportunities for people to buy cars. And I guess if you're on a horse coming from Melbourne or Geelong, it's quite a distance. So I've just been around. So this is the Terang station. It's a humble little station, nothing too fancy. I'll try to get it all in. The glare from the sun is doing its thing. And we'll go through this way first to get onto the platform to see what we see. Oh wow, pretty good. And you can see where the old loading platform for freight used to be. And this is the station itself. Wow. Once again, it's very, very windy. Now, it is an unstaffed station. It's locked, you can't get into it, you've got to go around the sides to get onto the platform. But the platform is so long that I'm just going to guess and say back in the day when they had the steam engines, this was a popular stop. It's a really long platform. Look how long it is. Wow. Well, as you can see, it is isolated from the rest of the town, the hotel, and it's huge. It really is. I do like the front columns just here and the balcony. Whether or not that was where the owner would reside. I can tell you, I can see upstairs there's a lot of ladders, and it looks like maybe there is some maintenance going on, but I can tell you that it is locked. I don't believe this is a functioning pub anymore or hotel. I think it's been converted into someone's private residence, which is just great. At least it's being used. You can see that it used to have a bottle shop out the back. Yeah, no, this is all closed. What a job though. Whoever's bought it, my hat goes off to you. It's not going to be an easy task, but it does look structurally sound. It looks like it's been here a long time and it's going to stay here a long time. So here we have the Presbyterian church, and as you can see, she really does stand out. Wow. This is just another angle of the church. Now there are other churches in the area, but this one really does stand out. That's just another angle of the church. Now there are a few entry points to the church. This is just one of them. There is a ramp for people with wheelchairs, and this is just giving you another angle to this church. Wow, I'm getting a sore neck bending backwards. What a beauty. And this is pretty much the final angle of the church. So this centre reserve that runs in the middle of the town also has this barbecue area. They are for free. There's also picnic tables here as well, which is not too bad. It's all well kept, great condition. And I've just noticed on the right hand side you have a lawn bowls club, a croquet club, and also a golf club and a swimming pool. Now what else could a town ask for? It's got everything.
So here we are coming to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, by all means click on that like button or that thumbs up icon. Please consider subscribing. Subscribing does not cost you 1 cent and it really helps out the channel immensely. But once again, most importantly, stay safe, commute safe, and have a great day. And thanks for watching.